Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Northern Kentucky Spotlight Podcast powered by CKREU. I'm your host, Sarah Brookbank. Today on the podcast, we are joined by Matt Shehadi of Turfway Park. He highlights the Florence Business Council and the Business Council Celebration Dinner happening on May 21st. We are also joined by the team from Perspective Skills for Life. They highlight how they're helping teens and young adults with social skills with their Life Readiness Program. Thank you to our podcast sponsors, CKREU, Google and Amazon advertising experts. Now let's go hear from that sponsor, meet our members of the week, and I'll be back with this week's guests.
Ranking on Google Search and Maps is easy to understand, but hard to do. It requires constant effort and attention, uploading new photos, responding to Google reviews, writing weekly posts, and checking suggested updates. Google listing optimization takes experience and time, and there are no shortcuts. CKREU gives your Google My Business account the steady, consistent attention it needs to be effective, optimizing, updating, and expanding critical content every single week. From local retail stores to large regional networks, CKREU generates content, establishes benchmarks, and creates dramatic, measurable increases in engagement. So what can CKREU do for your business? More calls, more clicks, more clients.
Congratulations to our members of the week. You can learn more about these businesses by following the Northern Kentucky Chamber on social media, where we highlight one of these businesses each day. Now, let's meet our members of the week. Owen Electric Cooperative is Northern Kentucky's only member-owned, not-for-profit electric utility. Kentucky Employers Mutual Insurance is the largest provider of workers' compensation insurance in Kentucky, with policyholders in all 120 counties. Associated Builders and Contractors Ohio Valley is a member-driven organization helping members win work, develop their people, and stay safe in the construction industry. Mitchell Insurance Agency offers a wide range of personal, commercial, life, and health insurance options. Linneman Funeral Homes and Cremation Center is a family-owned, community-focused funeral home dedicated to honoring life with care, dignity, and compassion. Hi, everyone. Today on the podcast, I am joined by Matt Shehadi of Turfway Park, and you are chair of our Florence Business Council. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we have a lot going on with the Florence Business Council and the rest of our business councils this month. The Business Council Celebration Dinner is happening on May 21st at Turfway Park, so you are very up in this event.
Yes, super excited. I'm a little biased. I get to show off Turfway Park Racing and Gaming. I really think it's one of the best event centers in all of Northern Kentucky. Just super unique, historic racetrack. Obviously, Turfway Park Racetrack in the background. So really excited. Just would like to see everyone come out. Like you said, May 21st, 5:30, 7:30. It's $100, and you get a drink. So it should be great food. You get a drink with it and even better company. So I look forward to seeing everybody come out.
Yeah, and this is one of our newer events here at the Chamber that a lot of people haven't maybe gotten the experience to attend. This is only, I think, our second year with this Business Council Celebration Dinner. And we love Turfway at the Chamber. You guys host our Women's Initiative events, and it's always so wonderful. Tell me a little bit more about the event, like what actually happens at the Business Council Celebration Dinner.
Well, I mean, it's just a great networking experience with, obviously we got Erlanger, Fort Thomas, Newport, and Florence, just all the business councils coming together. It's just going to be a great night, be able to celebrate, with Erlanger, we have Baptist Life Community, our communities, Newport, we have Executive Transportation, Fort Thomas is the Taste Cellar and Pantry, and then we're rounding it up with Florence, ISOC.net. So those are all the winners of the Business Council celebration. So really excited to be able to showcase them and honor them this year.
Yeah, that's really exciting. You rattled off the names for our Business Achievement Award winners.
Yes.
That's really exciting. So the way that it works, tell us a little bit about it. Each Business Council picks a member to celebrate. Tell us a little bit about the process and how excited you are to celebrate these businesses.
Yeah, I mean, the representatives from Florence, like I'm with Florence, obviously, right? So we sat together and kind of went through all the applications, and they did the same at the other business councils. Then we got together as a group and wanted to make sure that Northern Kentucky was well represented.
Yeah, what really stood out for you very specifically for your honoree this year here in Florence?
I mean, we love to be able to select companies that have been. ISOCNet's been in Florence for over 20 years,
Wow.
and what they do to just continue the Northern Kentucky growth was really important for us. Is to kind of give back to the community and the people that are in the community every single day.
Yeah,
So.
and we love being able to uplift businesses. I know later this week, actually, we have the Business Impact Awards,
Yes.
followed immediately up by the Business Achievement Awards. It's really cool to like look at the fabric of our community and see all these businesses. What are you personally looking forward to at this event?
I mean, I'm just super excited to hear from Tori McClure. She's our guest speaker. I mean, just the accolades are through the roof and what she's accomplished. I have a 15-year-old son, and just to be able to see what she's gone through and what she's being able to push and push her mind to is just incredible. I mean, first woman and first American to row solo across the Atlantic Ocean. I mean,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's just nuts. So, and then, she did ski, the first American to ski the South Pole. She's written books. She's been a chaplain, nonprofit director. I really think there's a lot from what she can share with us that will help you and your business, and then also in your personal life too.
Yeah, you mentioned that Tori's going to be our keynote speaker. I actually remember reading her book when I was in, I think, like a middle school book club. So it's really cool to know that she'll be
I think
in
it's
town.
a Pearl in the Storm,
Yeah,
right?
Pearl in the Storm. I'm pretty sure I cried. I've got a very vivid memory of crying reading that book as a child. So, but you said just like a really accomplished speaker. It's going to be great to have her in town and celebrate these businesses. It's so much fun. One of the things you mentioned, you think that Turfway is the best event center here in the Northern Kentucky area. We know you're a little biased.
A little bit.
So when people who haven't come and they're looking forward to attending, what do you think is going to be like the best things that they see when they come into Turfway?
I'm a people person, so for me, it's just the people that are inside the building, whether it be the businesses that are represented, the staff, just being able to have a great night and be able to be in a beautiful state-of-the-art facility. So I mean, that's what I'm looking forward to, and what I like to see when I go places: people that are smiling, people that are happy, and people that are connecting.
Yeah, I love that. And Turfway is always a good time. I live right around the corner in Erlanger, so I've been there for many moons. But
I love it.
For people that want to register for the Business Council Celebration Dinner, you can do that at nkychamber.com/events. We make it really easy. And kind of pivoting away from the celebration dinner, let's talk a little bit more about the Florence Business Council itself. What have you guys been up to lately with the council?
I just continuing to try to get. I mean, we're 1,700 strong, so it's a very, very robust business council, in Northern Kentucky, and obviously with the separate councils that we continue to grow. And for me, it's continuing to get that name out and what benefits the council has. I mean, just from an advocacy perspective, I mean, you have people that are willing to go to the state representatives and legislators and be able to really continue to push Northern Kentucky growth, which is very important for us in this region. And I think we've done a great job at that so far.
Yeah, and that's exciting. And I know especially with Florence and a lot of our other business councils, you mentioned that advocacy piece. I think it's really interesting. We have State of the City updates. Mayor Abishan was there. You've had Gary Moore, the judge executive, at some of your recent events, and obviously the networking events. What other types of things are up on the horizon specifically for the Florence Business Council this year?
I mean, we've really tried to take what you can use from a lot of the events and be able to use it in your business. Like the last one was AI Roundtable, and really being able to get it was ISOCNet came out to be that speaker for that event. But how do you use the information that we provide in your business every day? So we're really, really putting the focus on that to really have great content. So there's a lot in store for next year. I mean, we've already got this year planned out, but we're looking to switch it up a little bit next year to keep it fresh and keep the content relevant to everyone.
Yeah, and that's really exciting. And then, so for people that want to learn more or maybe join the Florence Business Council, how can they do that?
Yeah, I mean, the Florence Business Council, it's $100 a year. So it's really not very much at all for a business to be involved with the Florence Business Council. And then it's 400, I think it's 420. Hold on, I wrote it down. Pardon me, Brent. Sorry about that. So it's $410 a year for the upgraded membership for Northern Kentucky. I mean, it's $35 a month if you break it down. So it's really not a lot, and we do 100+ events a year. So being able to network in the community. I mean, a lot of us rely on each other and pick up the phone. If there's something someone can do to help. So it's a great business community to be involved with, and it's strong. I've been all over the country, and by far, Northern Kentucky has been the best business council that I've been associated with.
Yeah, and we love to hear that. We love to bring people together and do different things. One of the other events I know you guys are having later in the summer is the Florence night out at the Florence Y'alls with the Business Council. Are you going to be attending? Do people get to see you at that one too?
I should be. My son plays baseball, so that's a crazy schedule in the summer, but I think I should be there that day for that because I'm a big baseball guy and we're a baseball family. So Tony's been a great partner with the Y'all, so we're looking forward to that night out for sure.
Yeah, that'll be an exciting one. So Matt, it has been so great to have you on to talk about all the crazy things happening. Is there anything I didn't ask, anything you think people need to know either about Turfway Park or about the Florence Business Council?
I mean, the Florence Business Council and the Northern Kentucky Chamber, I mean, for anybody that's not a member, like, get involved. It's really worth the time, effort, and energy. And, the networking alone is worth the $400. So, great website. Go to the website. If you have any questions, there's plenty of contacts through that website that'll be able to walk you through it. The team at the Northern Kentucky Chamber is fabulous, amazing. So please reach out to Lynn, Aaron. They'll be more than happy to answer any kind of questions that anybody has as far as membership or what value the chamber brings that I haven't hit today. And then obviously Turfway Park. I think from an event perspective and just an entertainment destination in Northern Kentucky, I think we do a great job, and I still think there's a lot of people that haven't been to the new Turfway yet. So swing on by and look forward to seeing everybody.
Yeah. Well, Matt, thank you so much for your time today.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Today on the podcast, we have Perspective Skills for Life joining us. Ladies, thank you so much for joining the podcast. May I have you both introduce yourselves?
My name is Deb Geers, and I'm the Executive Director of Perspective Skills for Life.
And I'm Mary Erickson, and I'm the Director of Programming and Services.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today on the podcast. Jump right in. Tell us a little bit about your organization, what you guys do, and how you got started.
Perspectives is kind of a dream come true. It's a place that establishes a lot of hope for families. After almost 30 years in the school systems, we saw that there was a need for students with developmental differences, teens and young adults especially, to learn social skills, life skills, and to get ready for beyond school. So with some help, we truly chased that dream and made it a reality. Found research-based programs, worked with Dr. Amy Duncan from Children's, and have some great programs to offer parents. And I think it's going really well.
It is going well. Yeah, it is.
We're really happy with it.
Yeah, that is great. And so tell us a little bit more about those programs and the focus areas that you guys are focused on every day.
So, like Deb said, we have social skills, and we use a program called Peers out of UCLA. It's one of the top evidence-based programs, and it teaches in a small group things like maintaining a conversation, entering a group conversation, handling conflicts and rejection, meeting people, and really finding where your sources of friends are and taking advantage of those places, so that for this population that doesn't feel real comfortable talking to other people or being in a conversation, it gives them some strategies and some tips that they can still feel uncomfortable, but they can still function and do it, because you need to have a conversation and you need to be able to talk to people in this day and age, whether you're at school or you're working, or just, trying to socialize. So that's one of our biggest programs that we have.
It also has a caregiver component, which provides support to the parents so they can reinforce this for caregiver, so they can support their child and what they're learning
outside of here. Yeah. And then we have STRAW, which is, Deb mentioned Dr. Amy Duncan from Children's, and that's a daily living skills program, stands for Surviving and Thriving in the Real World. And it focuses on routines, personal hygiene, laundry, cleaning, budgeting money. It's kind of a big scope of all those daily living skills that we kind of take for granted. And it allows us to take some of the pressure off of the parents, so that they're not having to hound on their kiddos every day. But it's a rewards based program. We get the caregivers involved so that, again, it's encouraged at home as well, and just gives them those really good foundations to help them improve their independence, whatever that looks like for that kiddo. And then
it's a one-on-one program,
and it's a one-on-one. Yeah. So our facility is built that we can do everything right here. We have laundry and a kitchen and all those great things that we have at a regular house. But then they take those skills and work at them at home as well. So yeah, great program. And then we have our launch program, which is a job readiness, workplace readiness program, and that's also one-on-one, and it works on kind of exploring the jobs and careers that are best for our students, based on their challenges but also their strengths. And so it kind of gives them some opportunities to look at maybe where they haven't even been exposed to before, and it looks at workplace readiness, self-advocacy, does some job mentoring as well as job coaching, and working with the local businesses in our community to find the most appropriate places for them to hopefully be successful.
Yeah, that is incredible. It sounds like you guys are serving a really wide range of ages and people of different abilities. Tell us a little bit more about those ages, that range that you guys are serving right now.
So we're starting at age 11, but honestly, we've kind of gone a little bit lower than that. Not much lower.
Yep,
Maybe
yeah.
we'll say age 9 and 10, just because the cry for help has been there that they need the services. So we had a cap of 25 for less than 24 hours as far as age. And now we will go all the way through. Anyone who needs help, we'll try to help as much as we can.
Yeah, that's really incredible. You guys are really filling a gap, it sounds like, here in the community. I know we have so many different nonprofits focused on your same group, your same audience here. How are you guys working with different organizations? You mentioned that you're working with local businesses on the workforce readiness. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Are you going?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. As far as working with the other nonprofits, I have to say that's probably been the biggest gift, is to see how many people come together to try and help so many different populations and so many needs across the area. And the chamber has been wonderful at connecting us with people and things like that. So that has been a true gift for us to be able to work with other nonprofits. Right now, we're in search of and in need of working with businesses that want to be involved with us and support us. We really want to have a connection with businesses where we can go and help kids, teens, and young adults find employment, but then have the support of us being right there as well, not on the job with them all the time, but checking in on them. Because there's a lot of jobs out there that I think we underestimate that our population can fill.
Yeah. Yeah. So for businesses that are listening to this podcast and say, well, that sounds like a great fit for my business, how can people get in touch with you all?
Can go to our website, or they can call us directly, and we will eagerly talk to them. But probably through our website is the best way. And you can put an inquiry in there and just say, I'm a business that's wanting to get involved, and we will call back immediately.
Okay, I absolutely love that. One of the other things I want to ask, you said that you're working this space, you're working with a lot of other organizations. What's something that you think sets you all apart in the work that you're doing?
I think what sets us apart is the programming that we offer, the daily living skills, the surviving and thriving in the real world. That program just got released in 2024. And I think the other thing that sets us apart is we're all certified. So we've got speech pathologists, special ed teachers, and things like that. And that's unique to find.
I like to tell our people who are inquiring, we're kind of like that one-stop shop. There are a lot of different organizations that do some of the things that we do. But with us being able to do social skills, daily living skills, jobs, workplace readiness, we also have a membership where our kids can come once a week for events and just socialize with peers. That's something that, like I said, we're kind of, everything's right here. Our big hope was that teens and young adults enjoy coming here, but want to come here. And that when they're here, it doesn't feel like they're learning. They're just having fun and being with people just like them, and we're fully inclusion, acceptance is, we like to say we empower our students.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. Sorry, Deb, go on.
Collaboratively with, we've got Thomas More students in here. We have students from Mount St. Joe coming in. So it's a great learning atmosphere for all of us. I don't think there's a day that we can really leave this building and say that we haven't learned something and that we haven't given our hearts and souls to everyone that's walked through the door.
Oh, I love that. And do you guys have any success stories that you'd like to share today?
I think every day, like we said, every day we leave here being like, wow, that was an incredible day. With its challenges also, but we have a couple teens who have been searching for jobs and have just recently told us they got their first jobs. They're really excited. We have a high school student who has some significant challenges, and his parents were getting really frustrated. And we did the straw program with him, and all of a sudden he is waking up on his own and, showering and putting on deodorant and all those, things that, like I said, we think is so easy for everybody, and it's not.
And then we've also seen teens and young adults make connections for the first time.
Yeah.
And that's something that we take for granted. That's easy for us. We're all talking here. It's very comfortable. But to actually see those connections is nothing short of a gift. You see hope in their eyes, and that is amazing.
Yeah.
And it might not be a best friend right away, because that's what we all want. But it is a friend or an acquaintance that they can start to get to know better because they have the skills that they can now apply.
I think one of the best things that I got was an email from a teacher that said that she'd noticed that the student was trying to make friends and was, actually entering conversations and being more social and just building that rapport with his peers, which she hadn't seen before. So I think that was really special for us because we saw that it was happening outside of our building, which then, it's the ultimate, that's the ultimate goal, is that they can take the skills from here and use it into their real lives.
And that's where the schools have been great too, about staying in communication with the parents and with us and telling us what they need. And that's been awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you guys say in your name, skills for life. I absolutely love that. And then, so for families that are hearing this and want to learn more about programs, learning about enrolling, what are the steps that they need to take? What's the best way to get started?
Best way to get started is to go to our website and put in an inquiry, and then I will give them a call and do a quick phone intake, and then we will schedule a time for them to come in and take a tour, see the facility, and then we'll do an intake together with their teen or young adult with them.
Okay, well, that makes it super easy. Deb, Mary, it has been such a pleasure to have you on to talk more about your organization and the great work you guys are doing. Before I let you go, is there anything I didn't ask? Anything else you think our viewers and listeners need to know about you?
I think now is the time. I think a lot of times when you have a child with special needs, it's easy to feel defeated. And we're starting a lot of programs. We're going through our second cycle of programs right now, and I say don't be afraid to call. That we really want to try and help as many people as we can. So I would say
don't be intimidated. I think that's what a lot of times we'll get a phone call or an inquiry and we call and maybe we don't hear from them again. I would say just do it. Call us, email us, come in and see the facility. If we can't help you, then we're going to give you some resources that will hopefully help as well.
Yeah. Well, ladies, thank you so much for your time today. It was an absolute pleasure to have you on.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you to our Investors Circle members. Our Investors Circle members help us promote and support the development of strong businesses and a vibrant economy in the Northern Kentucky region. Thank you to all of these members for their investment, which will help the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce in our mission to develop and grow a thriving business community. Northern Kentucky needs tailored solutions to address our housing shortage. Home for All, Northern Kentucky Housing Strategies, explores how we can retain young adults, help older residents downsize or age in place, and ensure new neighbors have housing options that fit their lives. Dive into the report at housingNKY.org. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of the podcast. Like Matt and I talked about, the Business Council Celebration Dinner is happening from 5:30 to 7:30 on Thursday, May 21st at Turfway Park. That is going to be a great celebration of businesses from Erlanger, Florence, Fort Thomas, and Newport. And of course, we will hear that incredible keynote from Tori Murden McClure. You can register at nkychamber.com/events. Thank you once again to our podcast sponsor, CKREU, Google and Amazon advertising experts. And finally, if you are a member who would like to be featured on the podcast, or if you're interested in joining the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce or the Florence Business Council, please reach out to Lynn Ablin. You can find her contact information on the screen if you're a viewer, and our listeners can find that at nkychamber.com. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys next week.